Alright everybody, here's part 2 of our garden update. Here's our mulberry tree that we planted last year. Hopefully now that it's warm weather we're going to start to see it sprout. It's being a little, like it was starting to come out earlier and then the cold I think got it. But we'll see, it should be coming back here again now that it's continuously warm. Mulberries are pretty hardy. The back fence, it's about it. You can see that we've got things tied together here because it's starting to fall apart. This week we're going to put in a new back fence, and before a big wind comes and knocks us all down, and that will be bad. So that's coming. Hopefully they won't step on anything. The persimmon's starting to bloom. Look at that. Persimmon starting to bloom. That's great. So, at least I did something right. I didn't kill it over the winter. Just over here near the patio, starting to plant some flowers. We usually just plant some flowers here in the patio area. And the hanging baskets, we'll have to get a move on that here pretty soon. Looking on this side of the garden, well, it's much more garden than grass. At this point it's like, what's the point of having grass in the backyard? You might as well just turn it into a garden. So let's see what we got going on here that I planted. So that's the apricot tree, and it's blooming very nicely. It was the first tree to bloom. Then here we have bucket row. Basically, as you've seen in some of the other videos, it's kind of a hydroponic hybrid there, where the bottom is perlite, the top is dirt. There's a hole for drainage, but it will hold the moisture, so when it rains, when you water it, the roots are going to go down deep and they're going to keep going for that water. So hopefully this method for our hot peppers, ghost peppers, eggplant, we're going to give it a shot, see how it will take off. Here's some of the buckets from last year for the ghost type peppers. I cut them back for the parts that were dead, but you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but leaves are coming out, so maybe it survived. It's green, so hopefully that'll come back. The other part of container row here is the fruit trees, lemon, lime, the olive tree. I had them in the garage because a little bit too cold, they'll kill them here in North Texas. But it seems like they're coming back. This little tree is starting to have some green leaves on that, so that's a good sign. We watered it a couple times, but it went into hibernation, hopefully, and now it's going to come back. I still got lots of area here. I keep thinking I might put more trees back here. The back of the fence would be a nice tree for fruit trees. Decorative trees are all great, but I'd rather eat something, so fruit trees are probably going to come back here. But for the meantime, I'm getting the tomatoes in here. So our Back to Eden style garden with the mulch has some tomatoes that I've put in here, and you can see they're all different kind: cherry tomato, black crim. I lost 3 tomatoes right here. You can see that I haven't pulled them yet. It was a little too cold when I first put them out. That next day we had a little bit of a cold snap. It was a bit more shady here, and you can see the plants got like a frost damage, so I'll pull them out and put something else there. But the 2 back ones, they survived, so that's good. Mr. Fig Tree here is starting to bloom. I got him in a container, although I probably need to put him maybe over here. I think once the guys put in the fence and they're not going to be tromping around on my stuff, maybe I'll put the fig tree over there and put them in the ground. They do well in the ground. At the other house, I got 3 of them, you might have seen. They do really well. Here, I've got some tomatoes, some more tomatoes, so this will be kind of the tomato row. I got the hoops over them too, because I can either put some plastic over it or sunshade or help to stake them up. So these hoops are really nice. You can see my previous video on how to do the hoops there. And then of course I put up one of my new trellises. You can see that it's the metal fencing, and probably back here things that climb, like cucumber or something of that nature. And then I gotta go and replace that one because that's ready to fall apart. Everything's getting replaced with the metal. The Egyptian walking onions I transplanted. I used to have them in that container and they grew real well, but they overgrown. So now I'm moving them over, and I transplanted them, give them some more space, and it looks like they're catching because you can see like the head part of it that creates the top onion bulb. You can see that that's coming up, so they're starting to catch. They had really good root systems, so that's going to be good. Egyptian walking onions should be self-propagating. that will be great. Here I think I'm going to, last year I had in these containers my turmeric and ginger. They work real well, but maybe I'm going to put a cardoon or an artichoke. It makes a great plant and it's big, so I might put that here this time. I'm still trying to decide. Yeah, these two containers, I've been taking the dirt from them and using them in other places, but I'm going to find something. I'll fill them back up and put something in here. What I did put is right in the, back to Eden style method, right into the wood chips, zucchinis. There's two nice big zucchini plants, and so I put them right there, and we'll still make a nice big green leaves. So we'll see how that works and make sure we don't step on them. So yeah, so this area here, I'll probably do the irrigation because someone's going to have to water these buckets and containers, and because they're buckets and containers, they don't run as long as the drip irrigation. So I have another outlet on my system. I'm going to run a new line over here and send that to water these buckets because who wants to do anything by hand when it gets hot. But anyways, that's a little update part 2. This is the back fence and the new container row here. Let me stop this and we'll continue on for the rest of the garden.